My story started before I was born, with my family herding longhorns up the Chisholm Trail. A generation later, they came up it by wagon. They settled on a farm just west of town. They raised 3 fine boys. My daddy was one. I was raised up on stories of the Chisholm Trail, about longhorns, buffalo, and Indian braves. And when I was a boy, my thoughts were filled with me on that wagon heading over the hills. I was a drifter on the Chisholm Trail. My daddy was a driller, a digger for oil, and we traveled the land searching for black gold. And as we drove, I'd search the clouds, looking for that wagon to lead us on. The little boom towns and out-of-the-way places, past hundreds and hundreds of half-remembered faces. I was a drifter on the Chisholm Trail. And when I grew up, just like my dad, I traveled the world on the path of oil. That wagon took me twice around this globe, with many stops along the way. North to Alaska with its endless nights, to the desert sands with camels on the skyline. 100 miles south of the Arctic Circle, with 90-knot winds and waves as high. From the knee-deep Amazon to the Andes peaks, I've been a drifter on the Chisholm Trail.
I see the distance of the next stop closing in. The sunset's at the end of the rail. Hang my boots up and sit by the creek where it all began. I'm just a drifter back on the trail.
Then there came the time when that wagon pointed home, and I could see the message in the clouds. My drifting days were done. Settled on a cabin on the edge of the trail, on a gentle slope above Breckenridge Ford. Now I spend my days looking down that trail, watching for those longhorns, my family in that wagon, to take me up to the end of the Chisholm Trail.
I see the distance of the next stop closing in. The sunset's at the end of the rail. Hang my boots up and sit by the creek where it all began. I'm just a drifter back on the trail.
My story started before I was born. Now I've spent my life a drifter on the Chisholm Trail.